Miss Kelly Swanson, please.
No, I'm good. That's right. Good. I might take up your 59 minutes or so. Good morning, or good afternoon. My name is Kelly Swanson, and this is my son, Christopher, and this is Memorial Day for me and my family. I want to thank American Legion Post 206 for asking me to speak today. What a beautiful day it is to remember our fallen heroes. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly Swanson. I wear many different hats. I'm a Christian, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, a grandmother, a mother-in-law, a sister, an aunt, a sister-in-law, a niece, a management and program analyst with the government, a children's Sunday school director and teacher, a VBS director, and the reason why I'm standing here speaking to you today, a Gold Star mother. I would like to thank my son Kenny for being here with me today. I never am. I'm always pleased when he's with me and around me. He gives the biggest hugs. I love you.
Love you.
I am so proud of Kenny and his family. A few weeks ago, on May 14th, he gave us a grandson. We have a granddaughter that's 2 years old, Natalie Grace, and our special newborn grandson, Isaac Christopher. Our granddaughter turned 2 in April. They're raising their children in a Christian home, and you can see the love that they have for each other and their children. And they're teaching them about Chris. They're telling them stories about him. Natalie's only 2, but if she looks at Chris's picture, she knows his name. I love you both to the moon and back. So what's Memorial Day? It's a day of remembering men and women who died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. Formerly known as Decoration Day, it originated after the Civil War to commemorate the Union and Confederate soldiers who died in the Civil War. It's because of men like my son Christopher, Jeffrey Schaefer, Jeremy Horton, Scott Love, Brett Tribble, Matt Snyder, Justin Watts, Ryan Bauman, David Roddy, Justin Davis, and thousands more who gave their lives to keep our country safe so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we have. As I was contemplating what to talk about today, I thought, well, what could I say that I haven't said in the last 7 years? And then it hit me. Has it really been 7 years since I first started speaking? And how many things in my life has changed since then? But some things have stayed the same. I still get on my soapbox about people not knowing the difference in between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. And there are days that I still can't believe that my beloved son Chris is gone. Chris was born on February 11th, 1981. He was always a very inquisitive boy and got into anything that he could. He climbed on the top of the kitchen counter and tried to get on the refrigerator where the cookie jar was. He climbed the tree in the front yard to get on the roof. He loved sports. He played soccer and baseball for the county and school. He loved helping other people. He went on mission trips with the church youth group. And he was always interested in the military. He has notebooks full of newspaper articles from Desert Storm. He graduated in 1999 and entered the Army a few months after graduation. After finishing basic training at Fort Bragg, he was assigned to the 1st 325th Air Division, 82nd Airborne. He spent 6 months in Kosovo doing peacekeeping missions. I remember the day he called us and told us he was going into Iraq. I remember his surprise visit home when we tried to surprise Gary. Gary, being a police officer, it's hard to surprise him. And it didn't work because Chris bought a computer with his credit card, which Gary had all the access to while Chris was deployed. So when the charge came through, guess who found out? He did surprise Kenny, however, when Kenny was in North Carolina for a wedding of a friend. Chris was assigned to the 1st Armored Division in Baumholder, Germany, where he completed his 2nd tour. I remember when he said he would be going back for a 3rd tour. The uneasiness that I felt and the fear that I felt that I hadn't felt before. We received a phone call from him saying that he had been injured. Their tank had been hit by an IED. He was stitched up and went right back with his guys. I remember the 2nd time he was injured. He had a concussion. I remember telling Gary at the time to tell him to keep his head down and trust in God. I remember the day my sister-in-law and I spent a wonderful day shopping and praying for the food we were about to eat and for the safety of Chris and his men. I remember going up in the attic that day to look for something and found some of Chris's things when he was a child. And I was making a scrapbook and I thought, those would go really nice in there. Let me bring them down. I remember Gary calling me at 9 o'clock and telling me he was leaving to come home from Loudoun County, where he was requalifying for his guns. I remember the knock on the door. And that is when our lives, for our family, changed forever. On July 22nd, 2006, Chris, my firstborn, was killed by a sniper. He changed his earthly address from Maryland to his new home in heaven. We were told that he had given candy and stuffed animals to some children that morning. He died doing what he loved doing, protecting this great nation and its people. I am so proud of him. That is what Memorial Day is for our family. Remembering the baby, the child, the teenager, the man, the soldier, and the hero. There will be no more future memories of him, just the ones that we have and we hold dear in our heart. I can leave it at that and be sad and angry. I could stay in my bed all day with covers up over my head, not wanting to move. But what would that accomplish? I can't live my life like that. I choose to get up every day and live my life that's pleasing to God, and to Kenny, and to Chris, and to Gary. I want them to all be very proud of me. We will never get over Chris's loss, but with God's loving mercy and grace, we're doing okay. My faith has been made much stronger because of this tragedy. I see things so differently now. There are so many things that, in the grand scheme of things, they don't really matter. We still have some rough days. Some days are better than others, but I just look for God's blessing. There are sunrises and sunsets, birds singing, flowers blooming, a song on the radio, and people who truly care and love you. Look for those blessings every day. I promise it'll brighten your day up. God never said our lives would be easy, but without him, it would be impossible and hopeless. We know that we will see Chris again one day, and that is what makes us go on. And God is turning my tears into pearls. Thanks to Chris, I have been able to experience many things and meet many different people. Don't get me wrong, I would rather have him here experiencing those things with me. I have met presidents and first ladies. I have met ambassadors, and I have met 3-star generals. I have walked 2 5Ks to help orphaned Iraqi children have shoes and clothes. And the most exciting thing so far that I have done, this past March, I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. Chris told me that with him being with the 82nd, that when he came home, he wanted to take me jumping. And I said, there's no way. I don't do heights, and I don't do things that go fast. So there's no way I'm doing that. Well, I did it. It's sponsored by, it's a 3-day event sponsored by Operation Support Our Troops and A Leap of Faith. You go down to North Carolina. The first day is a Sunday, and I'm telling you, it's all day from after breakfast to the evening, grief counseling. And I thought, it's been 8 years. I've been through it all. It's not going to be so bad. But it was just that bad. But I enjoyed those 3 days. The second day, they broke us down into groups. And I thought, surely I'm going to jump out of that airplane on Tuesday instead of Monday. And Monday morning I got up and they said, you're jumping at 10 o'clock, which I was not prepared for. But it was the most awesome thing I have ever done. It was with the Army Golden Knights. They are an amazing group of people. I'm involved with the Maryland Gold Star Mothers, a branch of the National Gold Star Mothers. Not very many people know who we are and what we do. The Gold Star Mothers was formed by Grace Starling Siebold after the death of her son, George Von Siebold, 23. He was killed in Bapaume, France, on August 26, 1918. She organized a group consisting of mothers who had lost sons in the military service. They consoled each other, but they also comforted the wounded that were hospitalized in government hospitals. The organization was named after the Gold Star flag that families hung in their windows in honor of their deceased loved ones, the veterans. Like Grace, we have a Gold Star flag that hangs in our window. I joined the Maryland Gold Star Mothers in June 2007. I am the historian and treasurer. We meet every other month at American Legion Post 60 in Laurel. We have about 50 members. Like Grace, we also visit the hospitals where our injured are. We have made blankets for those at Walter Reed Bethesda, as well as those in Charlotte Hall. There are some mom and dads that volunteer at the USO at BWI Airport and at Andrews Air Force Base. We assist the Patriot Guard and the Blue Star Mothers with their annual picnic for the wounded warriors at Bethesda. And you know, it's not just the moms. It's called the Gold Star Moms, but it's not just the moms that are hurting and that need comfort. It's the fathers and the sons and the daughters and the sisters and the brothers. So we call it in our group the Maryland Gold Star Families. As our family goes, we have continued where Chris left off, helping his men. We started a foundation called the SSG Christopher W. Swanson Support Charity for Veterans and their families. We have a home in Gatlinburg, Tennessee that is used by our veterans, Gold Star families, and friends just to get away and relax. We partner with the American Legion Post 206 in awarding scholarships every year to deserving high school students that demonstrate the values that Chris believed in: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Gary was also instrumental in the making of the Maryland Gold Star family license plates. I think I can speak for all Gold Star families today. I can truly say that every day is Memorial Day for us. With pride and pain, we remember them. We remember their smile, their voice, their smell, their touch, their laughter, their character, their dedication, and their sacrifice. So this is what our Memorial Day is all about. It's not about the television ads for the new cars or the new mattresses. It's not the opening day at the pool or the beginning of summer. It's about remembering the ones who have given their lives to protect us and giving them the honor and respect that they deserve. How are you going to spend your Memorial Day? I'd like to leave you with an acrostic that I made of Chris's name. I did this a few days after we found out that he had been killed, and I was just doodling in a notebook, and I found it the other day. So here goes. C, Christian. H, hero. R, respectful. S, solid. T, tough. O, outgoing. P, proud. H, helpful. E, energetic. R, resilient. Please don't be sad for us, don't pity us, or be afraid to ask us about Chris. So many people are. He was a part of our lives and still is. We love to talk about him. Let's celebrate his and the others' life. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. May God bless you, your family, and the United States of America.